What is
carpet.
a bunny mother?
Oh,
Is that like is this like a sorority kind of thing where like you?
So
Like a
basically-
house mom.
Basically, we call her bunny mother, but she technically is not our bunny mother because we're not bunnies. But okay, so long
You're
story.
not a bunny.
I'm not a bunny.
You're a Playmate of the Year. That doesn't make
I'm
you
a
a bunny.
Playmate, but this is now I
write
can
this
be
down. Write this down, boys. Get your pen and
now
your
I
notepad
can
up.
be a bunny, but there's okay. Let me just go from the beginning. Okay, in the beginning of times when Playboy started, there was centerfolds, which are playmates, and then there was bunnies who were the servers at the clubs.
Oh,
So back then there was a
gentlemen's clubs.
yes. So back then there was like a line between them because they both existed. Now in 1990 or 85, somewhere around there, they closed down all the clubs, all of them. Like
Yeah.
they were done. And Hef, to keep the bunny suit alive, he started putting it on Playmates for events, for like signings, for parties, for any event. He would put, and I think the first Playmate to wear a bunny costume was in 1990. And this was like, wow, because it's like a Playmate is wearing it. Like, first of all, Playmates were like, ugh, bunnies, and bunnies were like, ugh, you took your clothes off, Playmates. Like, it was like
Interesting.
they were still in it together. Like, we were still in the same team, Playboy team, but there was still like some rivalry there where like I earn my money because I work hard as a server. That was the bunnies, right? And as Playmates, well, not me, but the Playmates back then, they were like, well, I made it to the centerfold because I'm the most beautiful woman in the entire world, or whatever the case may be. So they had this tiny unspoken rivalry.
Yeah.
And if a bunny turned centerfold, it was like a big deal with the bunnies. It's like, you traitor. Like, it was
Now, but is it a different? So, like, to equate it to chess, is the bunny like the fucking pawn and the centerfold is the queen? Like, is the
Like
centerfold
that.
like a
It
better?
was
That's
like
a higher
that.
end. 'Cause
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the bunny sounds like a
Centerfold was
cocktail
higher.
waitress.
Yeah,
That's
centerfold
just-
was higher, and then bunny, but they were still like.
So you're like,
high-
I'm not a fucking bunny. Not one of
No.
those basic bitches. Kidding me?
No. Well, I don't think that way, but but I do wear the bunny costume. I have 2 bunny costumes, but if we're gonna be technical, I'm not a bunny because the club is back, so I can't
Okay.
say that I'm a
there's
bunny.
the club's back.
Yeah, there's one in New York now.
Oh, that's
So-
right. You
Wow,
just
I
went.
had no
Wait, you were
idea.
just over there.
Yes, I was there for the opening, and then I was there for Playmate of the Year this year. The announcement of Playmate of the Year.
Did they have to? How does when they ask you to come to one of these events? Did they just lay it out like you're going to be wearing a bunny this or that, or is it like an option? Do you want to do this, to that? Like, how
Well,
does it even...
now because there's a club now they tried to keep Playmates off of the bunny costume. When there wasn't a club, we were always in the bunny
so they're trying to
costume.
go back to that.
They're trying to go back to
Because I'm
differentiate.
sure it's super corporate, but I imagine it was some like lady with a rotary phone and a cigarette being like, all right, we're going to need you in New York, 52nd and 3rd.
Well, that was our bunny.
Dust off your bunny
because
butt.
she was a bunny mother back in the day in the 80s.
Oh,
We called her a bunny mother because she was a bunny mother. She was never a Playmate. She basically started as a bunny, was a bunny for 20 plus years.
Wow.
Then got into corporate Playboy and became the wrangler of the Playmates basically for another 20 years. She was, when she retired, she was with the company for 40 plus years, or maybe 50 plus years. Long ass time.
Yeah.
So she wrote a book about it. She was a VIP bunny. So back in the day when Hef had a jet, she was one of the bunnies that were serving at the jet.
That's
like
so
she traveled
cool.
all over the world with Hef. It's like she has stories. So
Yeah.
she wrote a book and she released it, and it was the same day as Sugar Taco's opening day.
Like everything in Hollywood, everything is so ageist with how they
Yeah,
just want to
like-
dump people out when they turn 22.
With Hef, when Hef was alive, it was always about that. It was corporate was family. So he always kept everyone as long as they could, they wanted, or they were alive.
But
Yeah.
here's the problem with a lot of the liberal agenda. And again, I'm not coming to this with any touches already
I
rolling
just
her
wish
eyes.
that you would just stop starting your stories like that.
With the liberal
well,
agenda.
the problem with the liberal.
Because
What's the problem with the liberal
because
agenda?
everyone gets offended at so many different things. Like on one end, you got Playboy, which should be about expression. Fucking show your body, be proud of it. It's like this super badass thing. But on the other hand, people are like, oh, it's whatever. He Hef's a fucking he's a dirt ball. It's
Nobody met Hef. That's why they talk like that about him. But if you ever had the chance to meet him, anyone who met him would never say that about him because he was everything but that. Like, everybody thought of him as a perv. He was nothing. No, he was everything but a perv. He was such a gentleman. He was hilarious. He had the best sense of, I'm gonna tear up. I didn't get to go to his funeral, so it kind of hurt me that I couldn't go to his funeral.
Was it hard to hear people that have no idea what like that have never even come close to meeting before to know that people just want to use him for their agenda? Like, oh, he you know what I mean? Like, people
like trash talking.
Yeah, it's like, because you're right. If you
yes
don't, if
and
you
no,
haven't met
because
somebody,
the mantra of Playboy is don't give two fucks. Like, and we really don't give a fuck. People can speak and say whatever they want. It's just coming out of ignorance. So nobody ever thought about that.
Yeah.
Ever. To this day, I don't think I think about what people say.
Good.
That's like the greatest gift.
Yeah, it is.
It's
really
the exact opposite of us. Like, we're too worried.
Well,
Please
I'm
leave
here.
a good review. Jesus
I'm
Christ.
here to teach you that you should not give a fuck.